Okay, hello everyone, Mr. Stevens here again. Today we are going to be doing our last lesson on area, and what we're going to be looking at today is something called composite shapes. These have come up before in this unit. Basically what composite shapes are shapes that are made up of more than one other type of shape. For instance, I can draw a shape like this that's made up of a rectangle and a triangle. That's a composite shape. And we're going to be calculating the area of these shapes by first calculating the area of the triangle and then the area of the rectangle and adding them together. But we'll get to that in a second. The first thing I'm going to get you guys to do is see if you remember how to calculate the area of a circle from our last lesson. So I'd love you to just pause the video now and have a go at this question. When you come back in a sec, I'll show you the answer. Right, remember the first thing we do when we're dealing with questions where we have a formula is we write down the formula. And now we fill in the values, but what is our value for r in this question? It's not given to us, but we can figure it out. Because we know that the side of the room has a length of 4 meters, that means the distance here, that's a bit hard to see, blue on blue, the distance here through the center of the rug is also 4 meters. So that means the diameter of the rug is 4 meters. So that means the radius of the rug is half of that. So we can plug that in here, pop it into our calculator, and we get the answer. 12 and a half. Now, this is something that I mentioned earlier in this unit, but I want to reiterate it again here. The question has not given us a specific number of decimal places to round off to, so a good number to choose in this case is always 2. Round off to 2 decimal places. There we have our answer. Okay, now let's look at these composite shapes. We'll deal with this one first. Now, it says here to use addition. And what that means is, first, we work out the area of this rectangle that ends here. And then after that, we work out the area of this semicircle. And then we add them together. We use addition to get the area of the entire shape. So let's get to work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write A with a little r underneath it, and I'm going to use that to represent the area of the rectangle. And we know the formula here is just base times height. So it's going to be 2 times 5. So the area of the rectangle is 10 centimeters squared. Now, if AR was the area of the rectangle, AC is going to be the area of the circle. Now, what's the formula for the area of a circle? We just used it. It's pi r squared. But remember, we have a semicircle here, so we have to remember that we're only wanting half the area of the circle. Now, we're not given r, but we know the whole distance is 2 centimeters. So that's the diameter. So the radius is just 1. Now we pop this in our calculator. And we get and again, we're not told what to round off to, so let's just round off to 2. And now if AR is the area of the rectangle and AC is the area of the circle, AT is going to be the total area. And the total area is going to be area of the rectangle plus area of the circle, which is 10 plus 1.57. So the total area of this shape is 11.57 centimeters squared. And now what we can do is we can have a go at one that uses subtraction. So let's just put a line through here so we know that we're working on a different question. So what we're trying to find here is the area of this shape here. Okay, and the way we can do that is we can find the area of this rectangle, and then we can subtract the area of the semicircle in here. So again, we need to find the area of the rectangle, which is simply base times height. And now we need the area of the circle. So the diameter of the circle from here to here is 9 centimeters. So that means the radius is half of that. Sorry, I should have written down the formula first. So now when it comes to plugging the radius, we're putting in half of 9. And then this all just goes into our calculator. And it's going to give us the answer. And again, we're not told what to round off to, so we'll round off to 2. Now this time to calculate the total area, remember AT means total area, we're going to take the area of our rectangle, AR, and we're going to subtract the area of our circle, AC. So that will be 63 minus 31.81. And the answer to that is 31.19 centimeters squared. Sorry. Squared, not cubed. And this area now here is the area of the green shape, the green shaded bit up here. All right, let's have a go at another brief example. I would love it if before you watch me do this, you have a go at doing it yourself. I love to see this written in everyone's book when they make their submission. Example 12. And just pause the video now and have a go at this yourself. Right, here's what I think the answer is. First, we're going to calculate the area of our rectangle, AR, base times height, 17 times 14, 238. Sorry, 238. And next we're going to calculate the area of this semicircle, AC. So remember, it's half a circle. Now, if our diameter is 14, that means our radius is half of that, which is 7. Pop this in the calculator. And we end up with 76. And we'll round that off to 2 decimal places, 76.97 centimeters squared. So now our total area comes to area of the rectangle plus area of the circle, 238 plus 76.97. answer to that is 314.97 centimeters squared, the area of the whole shape. Again, one more example here. This time we're going to be using subtraction to find the green area here. I'd love for you guys to have a go at this question yourself, but if you still need some help, I will show you how to answer it now. Example 13. So the first thing we need is the area of the square, which is just one of the sides squared, and the sides are 8 centimeters. So our area here is 64 centimeters squared. Now we need the area of the quadrant that makes up this space. The formula for the area of a quadrant is a quarter times the area of the circle. Now we need to work out our radius. Now if you imagine this circle is extended to its full, and this is the middle here, the radius of the circle now is just the length of one of the sides of the square. So the radius of the circle is just going to be 8 centimeters. And we pop this in our calculator. We end up with 50. Then we round it off. Now the total area is the area of the square minus the area of the quadrant. 64 minus 50.27 is 13.73 centimeters squared for the green area here. Okay, again, you guys are going to have the choice of lesson, either page 303 and these 3 questions, or the EP lesson. Remember, I would prefer, if you're more comfortable, if you do the textbook, but if you want a little bit of extra help, the EP lesson is what you should choose. Thanks, guys.